When someone you are interested in goes silent, your first instinct is a trap. It tells you to chase them, to figure out what went wrong, but the silence isn't just about them. You will see that this quiet is a message, and learning how to read it will change how you view yourself. When a connection suddenly cools, when texts go unanswered, the mind starts to race. It asks questions. Did I say something wrong? Are they not interested anymore? Should I send another message? This panic is a natural feeling, but it is also a test. Not a test from the other person, but a test from life itself. It is testing your foundation. It wants to see how solid you are on your own. Most men stumble here. They react to the silence with more noise. They send more texts. They overanalyze every past conversation. They try to force a response to fill the quiet with their own anxiety. In doing so, they give away their power. They are showing that their peace of mind depends on someone else's attention. They are showing that the silence of another person can completely unsettle them. This reaction, though common, is a mistake. It does not draw someone closer. It often pushes them further away. The goal is not to learn a trick to make someone talk to you again. The goal is to build a sense of self so strong that the silence of others does not shake you. It is about understanding that her quiet is not an instruction for you to follow. It is information for you to observe. It offers you a rare chance to see your own emotional strength or the lack of it. This is not about winning her back. It is about not losing yourself. The real work begins by understanding that her reasons for being quiet are less important than your reasons for how you respond. Your response is where your true character is revealed. It is the only part of this situation you can fully control. And controlling it is the first step toward real inner strength. Not all silences mean the same thing. To respond correctly, you must first learn to listen to what the quiet is telling you. Think of yourself as a strategist looking over a field. You must understand the terrain before you make a move. There are 3 main types of silence you will face. Each one requires a different understanding. The first is the test silence. This happens when there was clear interest, and then, suddenly, there is distance. She still watches your stories online. She might give short, delayed replies, but the warmth is gone. This is often a subconscious check for your emotional strength. She is creating distance to see how you will handle it. Will you become anxious and chase her? Or will you remain calm and hold your ground? A person who is secure in themselves will not panic. They will notice the shift, but will not let it disrupt their own life. They understand that their value does not rise and fall based on someone else's attention. Chasing during a test silence confirms weakness. It tells her that you need her validation to feel okay. Remaining calm and continuing with your life shows her that you are emotionally independent. You are a rock, not a leaf blown about by the wind of her attention. The second is the processing silence. This silence is not about you at all. She might disappear for a while, from social media, from texts, from everyone. This usually means something is happening in her own life. A problem at work, a family issue, or a personal struggle. She is pulling back to gather her thoughts and deal with her own world. The immature response is to make it about yourself, to ask, "Are you mad at me?" to demand attention when she has none to give. The mature response is to offer space. It is an exercise in empathy. It requires you to understand that every person has a complex life running in the background. Pushing for connection when someone is processing their own issues shows a lack of awareness. Giving them the quiet they need without pressure shows that you respect them as a whole person, not just as a source of attention for you. The third is the rejection silence. This one is clear. Even if no words are spoken, responses become dry and short. Excuses to not meet up become constant. There is a chill in every interaction. This is an indirect no. She has likely decided there is no future for the connection, but she wants to avoid a direct, uncomfortable conversation. Many men make the mistake of trying to fix this. They think if they just try harder, they can reignite the spark. But they are trying to open a door that has already been locked from the other side. Arguing with this silence is pointless. It is a sign that you should save your energy and your dignity. The only move is to accept the message, turn around, and walk away. Continuing to push shows that you do not respect her unspoken decision. Acknowledging it with your own quiet departure shows that you respect yourself. Once you understand the type of silence you are facing, the question becomes, what do you do? The answer is both simple and difficult. For all three types of silence, your first move is the same. You do nothing. You become still. This stillness is not empty. It is not a weak surrender. It is a powerful, calculated position. This is the mirror strategy. It means you reflect the energy you are given. If she takes hours to reply, you take hours to reply. If she is distant, you are distant. This is not a petty game of revenge. It is an act of deep self-respect. You are not punishing her with your silence. You are protecting your own peace. You are sending a clear, unspoken message. My life goes on. My happiness is not on hold, waiting for your attention. Think about what happens when you chase. When you send another text, when you ask if everything is okay, you are putting her in a position of power. You are handing her the reins of your emotional state. You are telling her that she controls your mood. When you mirror her distance, you take that power back. You are no longer reacting to her actions. You are acting based on your own standards. Your standard is that you will invest your energy where energy is invested in you. It is a quiet declaration of your own worth. This strategy works because it changes the dynamic of the relationship, the chaser and the pursued. When you stop chasing, the dynamic breaks. She is left with your absence, your stillness, and in that quiet, she is forced to confront her own actions. She might have expected you to crumble, to beg for her attention. When you do the opposite, when you seem unshaken, it creates a sense of curiosity and, often, respect. This is not about pretending you do not care. You are not suppressing your feelings. You are channeling them away from desperate actions and into a position of strength. You let the silence be. You don't try to fill it. Instead, you focus on filling your own life. You go to the gym. You work on your projects. You spend time with people who want to spend time with you. You build a life that is so engaging and fulfilling that you simply do not have the time or energy to worry about someone who is being distant. This is what it means to be a mirror. You are not being cold. You are being calm. You are not playing a game. You are demonstrating a principle. You will not value someone else's attention more than you value your own peace of mind. The silence she creates becomes the space in which you prove your own emotional stability. You show her, and more importantly, yourself, that you are whole and complete on your own. Her presence is a welcome addition to your life, but it is not a requirement for your happiness. This is a quiet, powerful stance that is far more attractive than any desperate plea for attention could ever be. The space created by her silence is a gift. Most men see it as a painful void. They try to fill it with worry and anxiety. But A wise man sees it as an opportunity. This is where the real work begins. This is where you don't just survive the silence, you use it to become better. This is not about making a show of how well you are doing. It is not about posting pictures online to make her jealous. That is just another reaction to her. It is still about her. The true path is to turn your focus completely inward. Your growth should be for you and for you alone. The silence of another person is the perfect, uninterrupted time to work on yourself. Think of it this way. Every hour she spends being distant is an hour you can invest in yourself. Every moment you might have spent wondering about her is a moment you can spend on your own goals. This is a powerful shift in energy. Instead of sending your energy out hoping for a response, you pull it all back in. You use it to build your own empire. While she is being quiet, you can be getting stronger in the gym. While she is withholding attention, you can be giving your full attention to a skill you want to learn. While she is playing games of distance, you are building a life of substance. This is the ultimate countermove. You are not playing her game. You are changing the entire board. This process builds what psychologists call an internal locus of control. This simply means that you believe your life is controlled by your own actions, not by outside forces or other people. A person with an external locus of control feels like a victim. They think, "She is ignoring me, and now I feel bad." A person with an internal locus of control thinks, "She is being quiet. This gives me time to work on my project." You see the difference? One mindset gives away power. The other creates it. A fascinating thing happens when you focus on your own growth. It can trigger a psychological principle known as loss aversion. People are more motivated by the fear of losing something than by the hope of gaining something. When she sees that you are not just surviving without her, but that you are growing, improving, and becoming a better version of yourself, she may start to feel a sense of loss. She had your attention and she let it go. Now, your attention is a more valuable thing because you're a more valuable man. And you are investing that attention in yourself. Her silence was meant to be a test of your weakness. Instead, you turned it into the catalyst for your strength. She may have expected you to wait by the phone. Instead, you are building a life so interesting that the phone becomes an afterthought. This is not a strategy to win her back. It is a strategy to win yourself back. It is about becoming the man you want to be, not because it will impress her, but because it is your purpose. And a man with a purpose is far more compelling than a man with a need for attention. The growth you achieve in the quiet is a reward that no text message could ever match. After a period of silence, after you have focused on yourself and made real progress, one of two things will happen. She may return, or the silence may become permanent. Each path has a final test. First, let's talk about the return. She sends a message. It might be a simple, "Hey, how are you?" as if nothing happened. This is a critical moment. Your heart might race. You might feel a rush of relief. This is where most men fail. They have spent weeks building their strength, and they give it all away in a single moment of excitement. They respond immediately with too much enthusiasm. They drop everything to give her attention. In doing so, they fail the final test. This is the return test. Her message is not just a greeting, it is an evaluation. She is checking to see if your newfound strength was real or if it was just an act to get her attention back. If you immediately fall back into your old patterns, you teach her that her silence is a tool she can use to control you anytime she wants. You prove that your growth was temporary, The correct way to pass this test is with consistency. The man you became in her absence must be the same man she finds upon her return. You respond calmly. You do not drop your plans for her. If you are busy, you tell her you are busy and will get back to her later. You maintain the same pace and priorities that you built during the silence. This creates what is known as cognitive dissonance in her mind. She has two conflicting images of you, the needy man from before and the strong, independent man you are now. By staying consistent, you force her to accept the new version of you. She has to adjust her view of you, not the other way around. This shows her that your value is real and that you now operate by a higher standard. Now, we must discuss the other path, the silence that does not end, the silence that turns into a pattern. This is not a test. This is a form of psychological manipulation. If a person repeatedly uses the silent treatment as a weapon, disappears for long stretches only to return with small crumbs of attention, you are not in a healthy dynamic. You are in a game designed to keep you emotionally off balance. When you recognize this pattern, the strategy changes. This is where you use the nuclear option. This is not a move to get a reaction. It is an act of radical self-preservation. You must completely and permanently withdraw. You block her number. You remove her from social media. You stop asking mutual friends about her. You erase her from your reality. This is not done out of anger or revenge. It is done out of the calm realization that the game is not worth playing. A person who enjoys controlling others with silence feeds on knowing they have power over your emotions. When you disappear completely, you cut off their supply. You are not resisting their manipulation anymore. You are removing yourself from the situation entirely. It is like leaving a building that you know is unsafe. You do it for your own protection. This final move is about recognizing your own worth. It is about deciding that your time and emotional energy are too valuable to be spent on someone who finds entertainment in your uncertainty. In both scenarios, whether she returns or not, you win. You either forge a new connection based on your newfound strength and her respect for it, or you free yourself from a toxic situation and continue on your path of growth, stronger and wiser than before.